Hello again, sports fans. Scott Travis coming at you from the Sports Den with a sports update brought to you by Hairspray Salon, Wickenden Street in Providence for all your beauty needs. Tonight, big night. The Bruins will be hosting the Toronto Maple Leafs, Game 1 of their first-round playoff series, and this is the Bruins struggled down the stretch. Basically limped into the playoffs, did not end up in first place. They finished fourth, but do have home ice against the fifth place Maple Leafs here in the first round. Bruins, lot to be figured out here. Tuukka Rask actually looked pretty solid the last week and a half of the season, so I believe he's ready to play. To expect him to play to the level that Tim Thomas played is not a reasonable thing, and the Bruins were going to need to up their game in all phases. They really did not play well down the stretch. One player, Milan Lucic, who I was critical of, and a lot of people have, as his season was not impressive at all, was scratched on April 20th, and since then, the last couple of games on the weekend, even though the Bruins didn't win the games, he was at least a much better going concern, throwing his body, actually getting into some fights. That's the Milan Lucic they're going to need. If he scores, that's a bonus. Really, what they need him to be is a physical presence and, help intimidate the Leafs. Now, the Leafs come into this game. They have a tough team. They have several guys who can drop the gloves, Colton Orr being one of them. And they're, if that's the way it goes, it could make for a very exciting series if it's physical. The Bruins will be pairing up Chara and Seidenberg to shut down Phil Kessel like they normally do. They're hoping that continues. And we'll see how it works out. The Bruins got to up their game. They need, they need the playoff guys, the guys with the experience, which is 17 players tonight have the experience. Those guys need to play like it. And the guys with the contracts, the Krejcis, the Sagans, the Bergerons, which Bergeron, you're going to get a good solid game out of him every night. But the Krejci, Lucic, Horton, that first line has to really step up their game. And, the fourth line needs to do what they do. Just work hard, get some, wear the other team down, be a little spark sometimes if necessary. And from there, we'll see what happens. The Bruins have to play like they did in 2011. They need to play, a little bit on the edge. They should try to avoid the stupid penalties that they've been getting a lot of late. And if they can do that and kill off the ones that they do get called for, and maybe even score on the power play, which would be something that they don't normally do, and they won the Stanley Cup without doing it, but I don't think it's going to happen this year. So we'll see how it goes. Bruins Game 1. The Red Sox dropped one in Toronto last night. John Lester had an uncharacteristically bad outing, gave up some home runs on some pitches he left right out over the plate, and the Sox ended up dropping that one 9-7. So they're back at it tonight in Toronto. Clay Buchholz will be on the mound trying to get the Sox back on the winning track. The good news, the offense is still hitting. So we'll see if the bullpen and the good start from Buchholz and then the bullpen getting their game together and shutting games down. And finally, the Celtics are playing Game 5 down in New York, trying to keep their season alive. This could be the end of the KG, Paul Pierce era, at least. If not, there'll probably be some serious changes in the offseason for the Celts. They did pull out a game in double overtime the last game, so they have a little bit of momentum going down there. And we'll see. The Knicks seem to be pretty overconfident. Maybe that'll work against them. I don't know. But they probably should have a reason to be confident because they did pretty much carry most of the first 3 games, and now they're back in New York. But anyway, we'll be pulling for them. I'll be following all those games tonight. The Celtics are on Comcast. All the games start at 7. Celtics on Comcast. The Red Sox are on NESN Plus. The Bruins are on regular NESN. And we'll see how things go. And you can follow me on Twitter as well at ScottTravisSN. And I'll be talking to you soon. Thanks for watching. Go Bruins, go Red Sox, and come on Celts. Keep the season going. Hang in there. Thanks for watching.